Hi, it's Jim here. We've made it to week 4, which is at the end of the week, the halfway point of our class. Last week you worked on comma splices, and I know that they are very difficult. When you use the comma between two independent clauses and create a comma splice, or when you leave it out before the coordinating conjunction, that fanboy, you end up creating an error that's often hard to pick up on because, as I said in a couple different places, in journalism, in advertising, in places where there's a premium on space, comma usage is often quite difficult. If you struggled with that quiz, don't be surprised. A lot of people did. Go back, read over the stuff again. I made another PowerPoint presentation on comma splices that I put in the week 3 unit folder. You can go back and look at that as well. But looking ahead this week for week 4, you've only really got two big things that you're working on. You will be continuing to read sort of the middle third of our novel, getting as deeply into it as you possibly can. And you'll also be reading about some other uses of commas, the way that you use them in some other common circumstances. At the end of the week, you will take a quiz on other comma usage that'll also include some comma splice things to reinforce that. You'll also be doing a discussion board on chapters 7 through 13 of The Tattooed Soldier. At this point, as you're reading The Tattooed Soldier, you might want to start thinking ahead too to your next paper for essay number 2, which will be on The Tattooed Soldier. So as you're reading through, you might want to take notes, annotate the text, write comments in the margin, do things like that, so it'll be easier for you to sit down and write the paper when you get to it. Also this week in the checklist, I've asked you to read the beginning of chapter 3 in Literature for Composition. It's just some background information on writing argumentative essays, thesis statements, things like that. If you were late with any of your discussion boards or your quiz last week, go ahead and do it now. Get it in as soon as you possibly can. You're doing a great job. Hang in there. Like I said, we're almost halfway through the class.